Before I dive into the topic for this week, I'd like to quickly say if you'd like to know one or two things about Life for Living Well community, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. If you also would like to know what kind of book Richard enjoy reading, and we have some of the books on the website. And not only me, there's other people in the community that also recommended the book that they have support or helping them in their journey of personal growth, whether mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or financially. So you might find one or two things that you can connect to it. So let's dive in for the topic for this week. This week, the topic I'm presenting to you is what I call power versus force. And there's no other person that I can actually attribute this topic to rather than a person called David Hawkins. But before we move in deep into the topic, we just follow the normal approach that I follow to present this podcast, is to take one inspirational word that we can hold on to, and then we can expatiate it together and then see how it drives the whole conversation to the point where we can get one or two things from it. So for this week, stating from the quotation from Dr. David Hawkins that said, "Force can bring satisfaction, but only power brings joy. Victory over others brings us satisfaction, but victory over ourselves brings us joy." And that is so true. And only when you learn how to overcome your nature, you bound to attract or express more joy in your life without you sabotaging it from fear or resentment. So these two energies, power and force, when you look at them on a paper, they seem the same and similar effect they have, but in reality they are totally different from each other. So I will say the best way I can explain this is to think about the union of someone that have a wish and another person that have a desire. Sometimes people confused about disparity between having a wish about a particular goal or actually desire about it. Mostly you able to manifest whatever you desire because you are determined and ready to take the right action for it. So when you wish for something to happen or change, though you are lacking desire in this space, one thing that the emotion that you may likely to experience often could be frustrations or resentment, and most likely you will end up giving up. So because the right energy that you need to make this thing happen is not there, it's in your head and you're already thinking what you have to do, and if you just do that, it may happen. But if you only just wish and there's no desire within you, if you are not desire to have money, you're probably not going to have money. If you are not desire to travel, you're probably not going to experience that either. But sometimes the little seed that you need to turn into a bigger one is to create or have a desire of particular aims or goals. So remember, this particular podcast is focused on force versus power or power versus force. And we just use the wish and desire to create illustration between these energies. So what about desire? It is an ability to go distance in your aim and highly likely to achieve your aims despite setbacks and challenges. So this is similar to energy level of power. So for us to actually wake up in the morning, it's no longer just a job. It's something that you are meant to do, becoming more like a call, like you are built or created for that particular purpose. So you may experience frustration and disappointment despite your desire for a particular ambition or goals along your journey, but your resolute will become your fuel that keeps you going. And as a result, you probably create the outcome you want or you want to see. So these are the different when you think about someone have a desire and someone that have a wish about particular aims or goals. So as I continue with this podcast, you will be able to see the difference between the force and the power, and why we encourage us to work more on the power side rather than on the force side. Generally, as a society, we cling more to force because of instant gratification and adrenaline rush. So you can see it even in the news all the time. You see people that make a lot of decisions that's actually self-sabotaging for them for a long time, from the place of fear, from the place of aggression, from the place of resentment. And they are impossible to work together. You have to operate in a level of power to be able to do that. So, long time, it may have brought more loss into their life than they initially anticipated. What is truth always champion over whatever that is false? So you can also say a false energy is kind of a force in manifestation, and the power energy is kind of true in manifestation. With time, force become weak when confronting with power. So when someone lies and lies and lies and lies, and they think that they fool you, like Bob Marley once said, that you can fool everyone, but you cannot fool all. That would be, at least you know that you are one that are telling lies. Even if people around you did know, you yourself know. So at the end, you cannot fool everybody, everyone. You can fool some of us, but you cannot fool everyone. So when somebody denies the truth, what normally happens with time, the truth reveals the lies, is expose it, and it's actually made the lies so weak because the whole narrative was built on lies. So there is a tectonic shift when you over rely on force. It may take you fast, but it won't take you far. There are few attributes and results associated with force, and let's say whether you can identify to few of them, and if you currently stay in this state or level, which many of us are, one or two, you can continue to work on it and you can continue to do one or two things on the power level to improve your energy level to the point where you can find balance. So firstly, let's look at the force. What is it? Energy behind force is something you can easily point to when you see it in others or you see it in yourself, such as resentment. You'll be surprised how many people still let the resentment reign and rule their life to the point that it's affecting trust in their primary relationship. Anger, fear, jealousy. These emotions, this energy tend to push individuals to sabotage destructive actions in the long run when the energy runs wide and unchecked. Though it may get you some things you want, but also create or open door for more adversities. So that takes me to the second part that we're looking at, power. So what is it? Well, you can judge with the force attributes. So it's mostly the opposite of what the force can do. So for the power, it simply consists of honesty. And when you meet someone that is actually honest, these are individuals that really have worked on themselves. They no longer need to have image. They no longer need to present themselves to you as to become what they are not. They show large degree of emotional intelligence. They are very grounded. They pay attention to you when you talk to them. And also one thing you will notice with someone that more inclined to the power side of energy, they are also very acceptant. Not only you, acceptance of themselves. And many more that I can go on and on and on. So you live your truth and you make your goals and dreams come to life. So through sheer energy of love, acceptance, innovation, and betterment of all beings, only few people actually operating in this realm, while majority still using energy of force. So in the world today, if you actually divided the world into two groups, 80% of the people inclined to use force are driven by the force energy in their life, that they worry about the future. They have so much anger, resentment, and they have so much hatred in their mind to the others. And you have selfishness, you have ability of just thinking about yourself, your tribes, your color, or your family only, without seeing how injustice in one part of the world is injustice everywhere. So, as I'm bringing this to the end, I'm bound to remind you that the world will be much better with few more people with energy of power. And it also brings you peace of mind and authenticity in the world that share blood every day. Reduce the destruction of ecosystems that we are all responsible to look after and take care for all beings and generations to come. I hope this podcast episode one. If you'd like to know one or two things about Life for Living Well, you can drop me a line through the email at hello@lifeforlivingwell.com, or you can contact me through the contact me form on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Until we meet again next week, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.